I'm so tired. I don't think I can run another mile.
So what's going on today?
Hey, Doc. I'm just getting really fatigued when I'm running.
Oh, honey, I know just the solution.
Let me start off by explaining what blood doping actually is. The purpose of blood doping is to increase one's red blood cell mass, allowing the body to transport more oxygen to the muscles, which leads to an increased stamina and performance. The first type of blood doping is high-altitude training. By training in high altitudes, about 8,000 feet above sea level, the air has around 75% of the oxygen at sea level. When the oxygen concentration in the air is lower, it causes partial pressure of oxygen in the blood to decrease. Lower partial pressure of oxygen in the blood causes stimulation of red blood cell production, which increases the hemoglobin content of the blood. When you live or train in areas of high altitude and compete in areas of low altitude, it causes you to have an increase in carrying capacity of oxygen and consequently greater oxygen delivery to the tissues. The other type of blood doping is the injection of epinephrine, or EPO, which is very illegal. EPO is a peptide hormone that is produced naturally in the human body and is released from the kidneys and acts on the bone marrow to stimulate red blood cell production. It is injected into the skin or directly into the bloodstream. The next type of blood doping is the injection of synthetic oxygen carriers, which is also illegal. Synthetic oxygen carriers, like hemoglobin-based oxygen carriers or perfluorocarbons, are purified proteins or chemicals that have the ability to carry oxygen. HBOCs use purified human, animal, or recombinant hemoglobin as raw materials. The purified hemoglobin is then either chemically altered or microencapsulated. PFCs are liquid fluorinated hydrocarbon compounds that carry dissolved oxygen and deliver the oxygen under physiologic conditions. The last type of blood doping is a blood transfusion. There's two types of blood transfusions. The first is autologous, which is the transfusion of one's own blood which has been refrigerated or frozen until needed. The second type is homologous, which is the transfusion of blood that has been taken from another person with the same blood type. These processes begin with the withdrawal of blood, anywhere from 1 to 4 units of blood. It is then centrifuged, the plasma components are immediately reinfused, and the red blood cells are stored refrigerated or frozen. The freezing of this blood limits the aging of the cells. The blood is then reinfused into the patient, usually 1 to 7 days before the high-endurance event. The risks of blood doping are, well, blood doping can be extremely dangerous because it increases the viscosity of blood. The percentage of whole blood that is occupied by the red blood cells is referred to hematocrit. When hematocrit is high, it means that the blood is concentrated or thick. If hematocrit is above a certain level, whole blood can sludge or clog capillaries. If this happens to the brain, it can cause a stroke, heart attack, and other heart diseases.
I think the blood transfusion is going to be best for me.
Okay, let's get started. I'll send the nurse in right away to start the IV.
Right here, little stick. Oof.
Okay, and you're going to get a blood transfusion.
Perfect. Hopefully this will help.
I think it'll make you feel a lot better. Help you run faster. Okay, here it goes. It'll take a few hours.
All right, I'll just sit back and relax.